absorbing 6 million square feet per annum.
6 million square feet.
And as a group, Kohinoor Group, we plan to contribute 20 million square feet to that space. And
Only in commercial real estate.
Only in commercial real estate. Because that much is the potential for Pune. It is yet unexplored, and so much of demand is coming in, and the vacancy rate is lowest ever in so far. And you have seen the highest absorption happening pre-COVID, which is 29. There are multiple factors, you can't particular things, but top of the chart would be the talent pool which is available. Infrastructure, naturally you need to have a great space for people to work. So these things attribute to some of the factors which are leading to the consumption therein, and based on that consumption, the demand also multiplies. Therefore, for the demand to have, there should be a good supply. So,
Definitely.
Which means you need to develop those buildings which can cater to those kind of demands. So these are multiple factors which I can say. But obviously,
What do you think makes Pune special?
Pune is one rare acceptable industries merging together. So these industries, if you notice Bangalore, it's heavily dominated by IT, tech. If you look at Chennai, it is heavily dominated by automobile industry. So Pune, you see, there is automobile, there is IT, there is education, and now startups too. As recent, when I'm looking at the data, more than 3,000 startups are existing in Pune. So which is a huge sign that, okay, there is an innovative mind.
Pune Chinchwad, PCMC.
This is the largest grade A plus development in
and the fastest one.
And the fastest we could construct with a brilliant team that we have. I don't know if there is any reference of.
Hello, Upscale people. I am Salman Sheikh and welcome back to yet another podcast on Pune's commercial real estate sector. I have come to Chinchwad in KWT, Kohinoor World Towers. This is a 1.8 million square feet development which is delivered in 30 months. This is the only grade A commercial project in the entire Pimpri-Chinchwad Municipal Corporation area. You will get the sizes from 5,000 square feet to 50,000 square feet floor plate. And this is the lobby you will be welcomed with. We will meet Prasanth Gopinath, the Director of Commercial Business Unit at Kohinoor Group. With a strong presence in real estate, he's led projects valued at $1 billion, covering 12 million square feet nationwide. From working with global giants like Amazon to diverse portfolios, Prasanth's expertise shine in sales, leasing, and business development. Let's have an engaging conversation with him. Welcome, Prasanth.
Hi, Salman.
Let us start with who is Prasanth Gopinath.
Prasanth Gopinath, of course. I have done my education from IIM Bangalore Executive Management Program, done my MBA from Vellore Institute of Technology, did my engineering from Cochin University, had the fortune to work with various leading developers across the country like Lodha, Shapoorji, to name a few. Worked with various clients including Amazon, World Bank, Accenture, IBM, etc. Fortunate enough to have great teams across the country and did about 12 million square feet so far and counting with Kohinoor now.
Amazing. Tell us something about Kohinoor as a group.
We are a 40-year young group. Started in 1983 under the able guidance of our founder chairman, Mr. Krishnakumar Goyal. Currently led by Mr. Vineet Goyal and Rajesh Goyal, who are the joint managing directors of the group. So we've done about 10 million square feet in so far, and 12 million square feet is under production today as we speak.
So Kohinoor is majorly known for residential in Pune real estate.
Has been majority of the developments have been residential until about 3 years back, where we started developing. Though we have done commercial in the past, but we started venturing into the larger development because we found the space where A-grade developments were not happening in the space and the timeline that clients wanted it to be. So we ventured in the space, starting with the Kohinoor World Towers. It's a 1.8 million square feet development.
1.8 million square feet.
1.8 million square feet development. Started from concept and then started and delivered in 24 months, sold within that period. And today we are speaking about large anchors also coming into this project
As tenants.
as tenants.
Absolutely. You have worked in different geographies and different regions of commercial real estate in India. How do you think the commercial real estate has evolved in the recent times?
Good question. Commercial real estate, if you really notice in India, it's probably about 30, 40 years old. That's it. Because post 1990s, where the liberalization happened, that's where the multinational companies came coming into India. Look at that decade where the growth happened in their end, and then you see the tax regimes getting changed in 2010, 2000s, and which then further came to special economic zones, which has also given a lot of incentives for people to come and then establish themselves. So commercial real estate has seen this kind of a cycle. Now, recently, we are seeing a huge technological wave and sustainably conscious development happening across the country.
From early 2000.
From I would say 2020s,
Early 2000.
early 2000s. Yeah.
So the software.
Last decade, I would call it.
Okay.
As the technological advancement decade, and then eventually leading up to more transformation in terms of sustainability as well.
So what do you think drives the market consumption and demand in the sector?
There are multiple factors. You can't pinpoint particular things, but top of the chart would be the talent pool which is available. Infrastructure. Naturally, you need to have a great space for people to work. So these things attribute to some of the factors which are leading to the consumption therein, and based on that consumption, the demand also multiplies. Therefore, for the demand to have, there should be a good supply. So,
Definitely.
which means you need to develop those buildings which can cater to those kind of demands. So these are multiple factors which I can say. But obviously, India as a growth story, regions as a growth story, it all contributes in many ways in terms of this kind of consumption and absorption.
I think India's growth story plays a major role in the industrialization and the companies coming to India, and hence the commercial real estate gets the major benefit of it.
Yeah, everywhere it is getting benefited. Commercial real estate, obviously, because this is a employment generation provider as an industry.
Definitely.
Because the cascade effect of one good development has at least 4 times to 10 times on an average coming to that. And today, India's GDP, about 13% is contributed from real estate.
From real estate. Real estate is the second largest employment generation sector in India, after agriculture, of course.
Yeah, I would not be surprised that it leads further. And when we are going to $1 trillion economy, I will not be surprised where real estate itself will contribute.
Definitely, real estate will contribute a major chunk to the economy.
Yes.
The wheel is invented.
Yes. Yes.
Wheel is invented. In last 2 to 3 decades, the wheel is invented in the real estate sector. Now, I think it is about time for the growth.
It is India's time. It is the growth for the sector, and it is a glory ahead.
Where do you think it started from? The commercial real estate being organized as a sector.
Real estate as a sector itself is largely unorganized. In that, comparatively organized is commercial real estate. And the organized way of starting happened, as I told before, that post-liberalization, when the multinational companies started coming into India to set up their base, because they had their international standards which had to be brought. So, which brought the demand.
This was in early 80s.
90s.
Early 90s.
Early 90s.
Okay.
So 1992, when the liberalization got announced in India, post that this started. And most of it started with South.
Bangalore being the Silicon Valley of...
Bangalore being the Silicon Valley, and of course Chennai also being a Detroit of India as a hub, which also contributed, and Andhra, Hyderabad, with this huge talent pool. But for the climate, Bangalore got the benefit.
Bangalore got the
And
benefit.
naturally, there was a migration which happened, and then this contributed
I
larger
think
to it.
there was a Telangana issue also which hurted Hyderabad as a market.
I would say both sides.
Climate and Telangana issue.
There were advantages too, because there was a pro IT government which was coming in, who focused largely on those policies and developments, which helped set up giants like Amazons and Googles of the world.
Hyderabad started with Microsoft. Microsoft was the first one to come to Hyderabad.
There were many. In fact, Microsoft is one of the Fortune 10.
The anchor was Hyderabad.
You can say, but large campuses, captive campuses, also started going into Hyderabad as well. But nonetheless, the shift happened majorly in Bangalore, because you had so many companies coming in and then establishing themselves, and then there was a talent pool also eventually emerging from that city and getting migrated, which contributed to the development. So then it started spreading into other parts of India, and then more.
Pune, I think it came to in early 2000. The IT industry in Pune came in early 2000s. So Pune was majorly driven by automobile and education.
Pune was largely
Yes.
manufacturing, majorly automobile, and then an educational hub. But today, it is much more than that, with more startups than many of the cities in India. If you look at it, it's a startup hub as well.
Yes.
And then you have the one of the largest IT absorption also happening in Pune.
Yes.
But for some reason, I still feel like Pune could have beaten Bangalore much earlier, because Pune has its climate, Pune has its educational advantage, but for the infrastructural development which is happening now.
So what do you think are the factors which contributes to the growth of commercial real estate as a sector?
As I told you, talent pool is definitely infrastructural development. But today, what is happening is rapid urbanization is happening.
Yes.
Which means there is a lot of migratory movement which is happening, and then the talent pool is also developing in large. So which is also contributing to more offices coming in, more people setting up their office, and then their business expanding. The business expands means there's more requirement of space. So the cascade effect is going on, and then eventually that is helping the cause in terms of development. And obviously, government policies are fantastic, which is also helping the development. Digital initiative, which is a fabulous move, and which, if you notice, IT being the large absorption player in the country, has a lot of scope for this digital expansion, which through the government itself is happening. So you see those kind of growth and trends therein, which helps the business expand. As we speak, there are a lot of GCC, Global Capability Centers, which are also getting expanded. So which means that is in India, they are establishing themselves and then developing the capability.
Can you elaborate a little about GCC establishing in India?
So the capability centers in terms of product development, or for the particular business itself, large global groups are setting up in India.
Okay.
So this base is getting set up mainly because it's a faster, better talent pool, which is also giving you shorter turnaround time in terms of delivery, and expansion possibilities also.
So which region or geography is this happening?
More in Bangalore today.
Bangalore being the Silicon
the
technology hub.
Yeah, and slowly that expansion is happening to Pune as well.
Okay.
Some of it is happening in NCR, National Capital Region, which is also a big other region.
So what does the GCC do?
So they develop their own product for the manufacturer. Say, for example, say Boeing wants to develop its own software.
Okay.
They will not want that to be outsourced somewhere, so they develop the in-house capabilities,
Okay.
and the capability center itself is developed. They will do themselves and then help the softwares of, say, a larger flight being developed, and then all the simulations happen there.
So the
Then
major IPs are developed there. Intellectual property.
Yes, major IPs are getting developed there.
How do you see Pune's commercial real estate compared to other cities? What do you think makes Pune special?
Pune, okay, Pune is one rare exception city where you have multiple industries merging together. So these industries, if you notice, Bangalore, it's heavily dominated by IT, tech. If you look at Chennai, it is heavily dominated by automobile industry. Pune, you see, there is automobile, there is IT, there is education, and now startups too. As recent, when I'm looking at the data, more than 3,000 startups are existing in Pune. So, which is a huge sign that okay, there is an innovative mind as well. So, with this talent pool and this industry and the climate, of course, it is rated one of the best cities to live. Quality of living index is very high, rated by the smart cities movement of government of India as well. So I see glory days ahead for Pune.
So what do you think that translates to for Pune as a city, having a diverse economy? So Pune has approximately 5 to 6 MIDCs around Pune. Chakan is auto cluster. There's Ranjangaon, there's Jejuri, there's Yavat, there's Shirwal. And of course, Pune has always been the educational hub, Oxford of the East. Now IT has come. How do you think that is in favor of Pune as a city?
So diversity always adds value, which means when you have diverse kind of talent pool, say for example, for you have the talent pool to do research and development, you have the talent pool to develop, you have the talent pool to service. So Pune has this multiple combinations of talent pool, which is also helping the cause. And of course, it's very closer to the commercial capital of India, which is Bombay. And Bombay is today overcrowded. So, Pune gets that advantage naturally.
Definitely. Even the pricing wise.
Even from a pricing, rather, I would say a return on investment. If you notice, in comparison on the ROI basis, Bombay, on an average, the ROI will be around 3 to 4%, whereas Pune can give you 8 to 9% on an average.
For commercial real estate.
For a commercial real estate.
When you win Pune Bombay ROI, how is it different? I have never worked in Bombay. I have only worked in Pune city as a market.
So, I mean, I've had the fortune to work in Bombay and, even Pune as well. Pune is today.
You worked in different geographies. So you are the right person to tell us, inform us, educate us about the Pune and different cities of the difference in Pune real estate, commercial real estate, and other cities.
So one major difference is Bombay is majorly a front office market.
Front office market.
Pune is a back office market.
Okay.
So when I say front office market, where the transactions happen and the head office HQs of large companies happen, and then there are walk-ins. Whereas back offices, there are developments. So back office absorptions are generally huge, and so Pune comparatively, the land rates have been reasonable to develop, because of which the clients and the talent pools are also coming in to the site, and this is helping the commercial real estate as a whole. Bombay, when you see, the land is exorbitantly high, higher priced, and then the commercial development happens.
No supply of land or low supply
literally
and
lack of supply.
I think there are only 2-3 clusters in commercial real estate for Bombay. One is BKC, one is the South Bombay and Nariman Point section, and one is I think Lower Parel, VIP Road.
Bombay, there is a lot of clusters actually.
Okay.
You notice there is Andheri East and West, and then you come to South Bombay as a whole on one side, Lower Parel coming to that, which is getting developed huge, BKC as a hub, and then coming to this side. So
Navi
more
Mumbai has a different.
Thane itself is a
Okay.
one particular region, almost equivalent to Pune's absorption if you can compare. Thane itself, year on year, there is an absorption of about 2.5-3 million square feet. One pocket of. So Bombay is a huge market per se, but the returns come more towards the suburban side. Pune, that is not the case. You have the beautiful merger of a cultural heritage on this side, where an infrastructural development on both sides. This is PCMC and that is PMC. So clubbing this together with what is being given has always given an advantage for Pune. And of course, in the recent past, more people are noticing it and coming to Pune.
And how do you see Pune versus other cities in the south? Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai.
So, see, there is always a space for everyone.
Definitely.
So Bangalore, I see a lot of possibilities of migration of companies from Bangalore to Pune, because you have so many comparison for companies to also come and establish. Because one of the transactions which we were working on, a large R&D company wanted to shift their base from Bangalore to Pune. So that was opening up to a trend, which is also helping the cause in terms of development of the region itself. So Bangalore, because of unfortunately the traffic problems and other things, it's not conducive for a work environment per se. More people are still working from home. Whereas Pune, you see, the working populations are coming more to the offices than before, post-COVID.
Yes. And other cities?
Other cities, see Chennai. If you see, it's more, the talent pool is more financial capability in nature. So those that will continue being there, because in one of my experiences where we leased to World Bank
In Chennai.
World Bank did a study of what kind of talent pool they need, because they needed somebody on the talent pool with more acumen of financials and numbers. So then they decided that World Bank could have set up anywhere in India. So they decided it's Chennai. Likewise, Pune has a lot of research-oriented, innovative mindset and a highly educated group. So those companies seeking that kind of talent will necessarily come to Pune.
So, what do you think Pune has an edge over Bangalore and Chennai?
Pune's edge is, it's both culturally rich as well as infrastructurally developed.
I think language barrier is a major factor. Do you think language barrier is a major factor in Pune and Bangalore, Chennai market?
Language, see, Pune is also far cosmopolitan than ever today.
Yes.
So hence that barrier is not that much anymore as it would have existed earlier. So, but when we are developing and then sitting and doing their work, that work speaks by itself. So the talent is more matters, then the communication can be developed.
So I have seen one thing about Pune as a city. There's a sense of belonging to Pune. So people who have come to Pune, either for studies, job, or anything, they've lived in Pune. They're based in Pune. That sense of belonging is there with Pune.
Pune city gives you a lot of personal space as well. So you get that connected. You use the right word of belonging. You belong to the city as well as the people together, because once you connect, there is a lot of synergies which come in. So Pune is personal, and hence taking that personal into passion is where we make that excel.
Definitely. What do you think is the future of commercial real estate? Pune's commercial verticals.
So Kohinoor's commercial vertical, in fact, I, as a director, commercial business unit, I'm responsible for strategic business plan and implementation. So we have uh, a clear vision of 20 million square feet in the next 7 years to be developed and delivered. So for which we are using technology and then coming into various kind of collaborations and synergies, which helps the cost. But we are very clear about uh, developing only develop high quality products. So we have three major verticals under the commercial banner today as we speak. Of course, it is going to expand in times to come. Kohinoor World Towers as a format, which is a million square feet plus format to sum it up, and Kohinoor Business Tower, which is a lesser than a million square feet, maybe 5 lakhs square feet.
Anything below 1 million square feet is Kohinoor Business Towers.
A standalone tower less than 1 million square feet is Kohinoor Business Tower.
Okay.
And then there is Kohinoor High Street as a format, which is pure play high street as a format, where you will have shops directly visible and people can enter and then directly get into the shops. That also we are going to develop in multiple parts of the city.
Great. Can you tell us more about Kohinoor World Towers, Kohinoor Business Towers? What is the difference? I mean, is it only the size and the structure, or is there any other specifications to it?
So one factor majorly which has changed since COVID is the flexibility. So flexibility. So while many players say that flexibility is co-working, not necessarily. So you have to give flexibility to any kind of large clients or be it a small client wanting to establish and a very large client. So we have consciously designed products for those kind of clientele where you can even have 2,500 square feet of offices, going up to 2.5 lakh square feet of offices, or even 2.5 million square feet of offices. So we provide that range. Either it can be a horizontal expansion
or a vertical
expansion. So Kohinoor World Towers, we want to cater to this kind of horizontal and vertical expansion to the tune of 1 million square feet plus, where you can even get a 3,000, 4,000 square feet office space as well, and then expand up to that. Whereas Kohinoor Business Tower will be a smaller format, which is more catered to the central part of the city and the clients who want to expand and come in faster.
And what is your concept about High Street?
We believe malls are going to be outdated. With all due respect for every malls which are coming in, because it's largely expensive. Your maintenance is going to be as high as your rent, and still, God forbid, any other situations like a COVID or anything, you are at the mercy of uh, a developer opening or anybody opening that particular mall for people to come in.
Definitely.
There are some high streets.
You are at the mercy of the developer to get the footfall, to get the client inside and everything. I mean, there is a lot of it behind the work behind getting the people inside the mall.
Getting the people inside the mall. And if one fails, the entire business chain fails. Then
one wrong anchor will hurt every filler and every small business in the at least on the floor, if not the entire mall.
Yeah, and the whole chain itself. Could be affected.
So today, retail is all-time high in Pune. Retail absorption in Pune is all-time high. What is the thoughts of High Street? What Kohinoor is developing?
So we wanted to take a stand away from the mall concept and provide for people to have their own captive coming in, not absolutely dependent on a developer. You get a fantastic space, provide the high quality development, and based on your own visibility, you get the people to come in. So around the world also, if you see the largely successful retail developments are on high streets. So we wanted to bring that about in Pune, and that concept is getting developed, and soon we will be coming with something of significance to Pune.
Definitely. So, which are the favorable locations in Pune for commercial real estate?
Favorable is anywhere where you can do business.
Definitely.
Of course, Pune has east and west as a growth corridor. In east, we can either look at Kharadi or Mundo as a micro market, which is
Mundwa is coming up very nicely.
Mundo is coming up very well.
I have done a video on Mundwa as a location where I talked about how Mundwa is getting 15 to 20 million square feet in grade A commercial buildings, popularly known as Koregaon Park Annex, and also it is getting rebranded as Mundwa Business District.
Of course, with large grade A plus supply coming there, it has to be a business district by itself.
Definitely.
So Kohinoor World Towers, we are also going to come with a Kohinoor World Tower in Mundwa.
You have a KBT there.
We already have a established KBT which is sold out in record time as well. And thankfully, people have been really appreciating the speed in which the construction is coming up. So just in comparison, there were a lot of others who started at the same time, but we are far ahead today. And I'm sure people will also appreciate when we are coming with the Kohinoor World Towers format in Mundwa.
And other locations?
Other locations, definitely, one location which is most promising in Pune is Baner. We will have very large developments coming in, but we wanted to start something small, and then when I say small, small by no means, but it will.
No, everybody has a different definition towards small. So your small can be somebody's large.
Yeah, probably yes. But in our parlor, there will be a KBT coming in Baner,
which is below 1 million square feet.
Which is below 1 million square feet. But Salman, one fundamental factor in this, what we've kept common is it is all internationally designed.
Okay.
So
be it KBT or be it
KBT, KWT, or even KHS. Say, for example, the project KHS, which is we are going to come up with, is internationally designed. It's done in London.
Which location are you summing up with?
Akurdi is a location which you are
PCMC.
Yeah, in PCMC.
Okay. And you were saying about the designers.
So world-class designers brings world-class concepts, which also matches with the world-class clients. So hence, when we are developing it, one of its kind, you will see. And today, as we speak, Kohinoor World Towers has been a talk of the town, majorly because of the speed in which we have constructed.
And I think this is the only grade A commercial project in the entire Pune PCMC.
This is the largest grade A plus development in
and the fastest one.
And the fastest we could construct with a brilliant team that we have. I don't know if there is any reference of RCC construction coming up in 24 months from start to delivery. And within that time, we have sold the complete project also of this size and scale. And
so there is a difference in designing or making a project from a leasing point of view versus the sales point of view. What are your thoughts on it?
Certainly there is a difference, but the same product also can be leased. For example, this product was designed to be sold as well as leased. Kohinoor World Towers today, because we had sold it primarily because we are a debt-free company and wanting to remain debt-free. So this was our model to come in. So we got fortunately investors who had trust and faith in Kohinoor as a brand, who invested with us, through which we have developed this project as well, and then we are helping the investors lease their space. For example, one of the last space that we have leased to a automobile giant is 1.55 lakh square feet.
1.55 lakh square feet.
Yeah, this might be one of the largest deals in this vicinity. And,
yes, it is.
Yes. So, whereas if you're pure fly focusing on leasing, We would have developed the whole building and looked at only larger floor plates and then kept it for clients to come and then eventually monetize that.
Definitely. But you are sold out now. And
We
now
sold out.
Now it is the second part of the game where you rent it for the investors.
We are renting it out for the investors as a service. Just because Kohinoor fundamentally believes in a philosophy, whoever associates with us have to definitely, get value, and this is our value add to them. And so many of those investors are today thanking us also, and we are very thankful to them for giving that trust and faith to
Great. So you have covered almost the entire East Pune, where you have a presence in Mundwa, West Pune, where you have presence in Baner Balewadi, and even North Pune, where you are doing KWT and High Street in PCMC.
Yeah, and of course, we want to expand out of Pune as well. Maybe 2 years down the line, we will explore in Bangalore and Hyderabad. That is also part of our mission statement.
Kohinoor is always known for the partnerships. Can you tell us more about what the value system is?
Thank you for asking this question. In fact, partnership is at the core of Kohinoor's philosophy. We have grown in partnership, and we want to grow with partners, and we want to ensure that our partners also grow. One recent example I'll tell you, Salman. We did an event called Kohinoor Connect, where we had about 1,000 odd partners. When I'm calling partners, it is not just who are contributing to the business, but who are our vendors or associations who have been partnering with us. And as a thank you gesture to them, we conducted that event and we awarded those many people. And I don't know how many of the developers does this kind of a event. So Kohinoor Connect is an event, and partnership is very important for any business to grow.
Every business.
Whether it is real estate or any other business, and especially in real estate, partnership is critical because you are putting your trust and faith in them also to carry out. And a client as a partner is coming and putting a trust and faith in us. You, being an excellent channel partner with us, is also putting a trust and faith of your client in our hands. So to ensure that delivery is given, because you would not like to work with
Not everyone.
not everyone,
Not everyone.
developers who doesn't keep their promise, because it is very important that your client
Not even with the people who don't have that understanding of commercial real estate or the industry.
Yes. So hence, we work really hard to ensure that our partners progress with us.
Thank you for sharing your insight and experience with us for the commercial real estate in Pune and other cities.
My pleasure, Salman. It's been a wonderful conversation with you. Thank you. Look forward to doing more business with you.
Definitely. If you're looking for a commercial property for sale or rent in Pune, call us on the number given on the screen. Until then, see you in the next video.